Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to be shopping my stash. Again, this is going to be basket number 2 for February. I had quite a few items in February's basket that I ended up decluttering because I just did not enjoy them or they were expired. So I wanted to go ahead and rotate another basket in so we can get to trying some more products in my collection. I've really been enjoying this and it's allowed me to weed out a lot of expired product and product that I've been trying to make work for me for so long and it just doesn't, and I'm ready to let it go. So yep, today we're going to be shopping my stash again. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Megan. Be sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave. And of course, if you guys like this video, if you like this kind of content, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It really helps my channel out. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to shopping. Okay, you guys, so this is the current makeup basket and we're going to be doing quite a few different changes. So the first thing we have in my basket currently is the Kosas concealer in the shade 2.5C. This is a bit too warm for me right now that we're going into the winter months. So I'm going to rotate this out of my basket. I do still have the Phytosurgence Mirrored Moonlight in my basket. You can see we're starting to get a really nice dip there. This is going to be staying probably until I hit pan, to be honest. The next item I had in my basket was the Kylie Cosmetics bronzer. Sometimes this is hard to open and sometimes it's not. I don't get it. In the shade Tequila Tan. I still really love this product and I've enjoyed using it a lot. Starting to wear away a little bit of the embossing there, so we are really getting some great use out of this. However, I am going to go ahead and rotate it out for a little bit so that I can love on some of my other powdered bronzers. I still have this LYS powder in here because I really just can't decide. Like, I don't think that I love it, but I don't know if I hate it enough to declutter it. So I'm still trying to decide. I really just need to commit to wearing it for 3 or 4 days in a row so that I can decide. I just don't use a lot of powder. I do know that I don't like this under my eyes, so I really need to make a conscious effort to wear this all over my face for a few days to decide if I want to keep it or if I want to declutter this. So we're going to keep this in my basket for now. Obviously my eyeshadow primer stays. The next item is this Persona bronzer in the shade Dune. I was really excited about this because I'd heard a lot of great things, and performance-wise, I do think that this does a really good job. It blends out really easily. I didn't have any issues in that department. However, the shade is literally orange on me. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't look that bad, like in that lighting. But I did an Instagram live the other weekend. You can catch it on my IG page. And when I put it on my face, it looked straight orange, like an Oompa Loompa. And the people in the chat confirmed it was orange. I wasn't going blind. So because it does pull so orange on me, I'm going to rotate it out of my basket. And you may see this in a future declutter video. Spoiler. The next item is the Glow Lust by Auric. I was not planning to take this out anytime soon. In fact, I had planned to empty this product. It's a product that I really loved. However, the other week I noticed that it had like a scent, but I couldn't find the expo date like on the back or on the website. So I wasn't really sure of the shelf life, and I've had it for a year. So I was like, well, you know, it's almost empty. If I'm not getting a reaction, then I'm going to go ahead and, like, you know, keep using it until I finish it up. And lo and behold, about 4 or 5 days later, I put this on again and I had a very severe reaction. I'll put up a screenshot of what my face looked like, you guys. All I have to say is when you feel a product has gone off, trust your gut. it's not worth it to get the reaction. I'm always just like worried about judgment, like, and I know that like probably no one is really thinking this, but I'm always like, man, people think I'm probably just lying just to get rid of stuff, and then I'm just being wasteful and blah blah blah. So I tried to use it, and bruh, my skin, as I'm recording this, it's still recovering. So that being said, I am going to declutter this item because it is definitely expired. The next item I had in here was from Phytosurgeons, the shade Velvet Leaf. Beautiful green tone. I haven't used this yet. Right now I'm currently doing a week of pink, so that's part of the reason. And then I'll share with you the other part of the reason later in the video. But so because I haven't used this, I am going to keep it in the basket for the next rotation because I still want to. This is my corrector. That's going to stay probably forever. And then the next item is the candy paint from, wow, Half Cake Duh. I'm just like, couldn't think there. And I did hit a pan in this, and I know I mentioned before that I was like super on the fence about the tone now, and I just felt it looked more pinky than it used to. Like it used to pull more of like a really pretty neutral tone on me, but now it's like a pink red sunburnt color, and I'm really just not into it. And I know myself, and I know that if I don't like the tone, I'm not gonna reach for it. So I hit pan in it, I got my use out of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this out. The next item, okay, the next items are my Huda Beauty Stick. This is gonna stay. This is another item that will probably remain in the basket for a long time just because it's a really nice go-to staple for myself. And then I have the Urban Decay De-Slick. Honestly, by the time this goes up, this will probably be empty. So I'm going to rotate in another setting spray so that you guys can get to see that as well. I then was trying out the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer because last time I'd used it, I'd felt that it was pulling like a pinky red tone on me for some reason. Sorry, the camera's moving. But it was pulling like a pinky red tone, and I just felt like it looked really bad. So I wanted to rotate into my basket to formulate my thoughts and see what was going on. And yeah, it does pull a very pinky red tone on me, and for that reason, I'm not going to reach for it. I don't have like a pink undertone. I'm neutral, so this just like doesn't look good. It almost makes my face look like I'm, you know, inflamed or something. So I'm going to rotate this out and declutter it. Almost forgot one. We had the Scott Barnes blush palette in my rotation, and I did use this a handful of times. I'm still obsessed with the shade Mango Fizz, which honestly is basically the whole reason that I hang on to this blush palette. I got some use out of this shade and out of this shade, and I really enjoyed them. I don't really think I'll ever use the highlighter shades anymore, just because I'm not really a highlighter gal. But for right now, this has made the cut, and I will be keeping her in my collection. The next item is my BH Smitten in Switzerland palette. And since you guys saw it last, I have hit a few new pans, I believe. That one, and Snowcap, I think. Yeah, so I've hit a few new pans, and I'm kind of just over it. Like I told you guys, the matte formulations are going way off. They're not pigmented anymore. And to be honest, like these aren't shades that I will typically like use to create a look. So I'm just not going to keep it. I'm going to let it go. I have those shades in other palettes, and the formula is better. Whereas this formula is expiring. And especially after my reaction, you know, with the Auric product, I really just want to trust my gut on expired products and let them go when they're no longer performing well. So yeah, this one is going to be moving out. And if you saw my declutter video, some of these products were in it. So if you haven't, then I will link it down below. My latest declutter, I decluttered over 70 items, you guys. So be sure to check that out. But yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and pick the items to go in the basket. All right, so I'm just going to pop this powder bronzer back into my collection. I think this week I will pull out the LYS bronzer. I used this quite a bit when I first got it, so I know that I really love it, but I just want to continue to use it, get a better feel for it. So I'm going to pull this for this basket rotation. I also want to pull a cream bronzer, and this one is newer to my collection. I'd gotten this in a wish list swap. It's from Jouer. It has a bronzer on the end and a highlighter on the other end. And this one is in the shade Sunrise. This is something I've only used like twice. So I'm going to pull it, get my feel for it, and, you know, see if it's something that I want to keep in my collection, or if it's something that maybe, you know, another friend would really enjoy a lot more than me. That's kind of my new perspective. Oh my gosh. My new perspective going forward, like with my collection, being like more mindful of that. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this. We also need to pull a cream blush. So I think what shade is this one? I don't want to do a duo right now, since that bronzer has a duo on it. Maybe, yeah, this one could be pretty. So I've only used this a few times as well. This one is from Melt in the shade Golden Hour. I didn't have like enough of a perception to decide if I like wanted to keep this one or not. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one into my rotation. I've also been enjoying picking a powder blush as well, just in case I want to do like a topper or something. Literally my powder blush section is so small now. So I think I want to, I'm gonna grab this Alamar palette. This is the one, the Fair Light palette. Oh my gosh, this freaking thing, sorry you guys, because my phone's like heavy. It struggles to like stay up when it's tilted like this, but this is what it looks like. And I think that, you know, the shade Castaway and Scorcher would be really good blush toppers for that orangier color blush if I wanted to mix them. So I think that this will pair in really well. Really curating my powder blush collection, especially since I don't like use it that much anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this in. Okay, the next items are gonna be coming from over here, and I'm doing this kind of vloggy style, so hang in there. The first item I had to pull out is the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. This is the last setting spray that's gonna be in my collection, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out so I can rotate it in, because like I mentioned, that Urban Decay one is almost empty, so I'm gonna go ahead and rotate that in. Now, since I rotated out my concealer, I am going to be rotating in this mini. This is from Tarte. It's their Hydra Sealer. I have the shade 14N, which is Fairlight Neutral. I only have two concealers, and since the other one is too dark for me, I needed to rotate in a lighter one. So I'm going to be focusing on this so that I can empty it and purchase a replacement. The next item I want to rotate into my basket is this primer. This is the LYS Think Bright Glow and Hydrate Serum. I enjoyed this a couple times that I used it, but I really want to rotate it into my basket because I want to be able to give a full review and really, you know, determine, do I love this? Do I want to keep this? You know, the drill. So I am going to go ahead and be rotating this in. I am also going to be pulling the Dose of Colors Meteor Hue Foundation. I have the shade 110 Light. I've had this since last summer, and I'm just now opening it. The day that I'm filming this, I tried this out today, and I'm pretty unsure of how I feel about it. So I want to go ahead and pull this for my weekly basket so that I can decide, and that way if I don't love it, I can get it to someone else who would love it or just, you know, wants to try it in general. So yeah, I'm gonna rotate this in. The next palette I want to rotate in is the Chocolate Brown from Huda Beauty. I'm going to open it real quick. This is what it looks like, and it has like a pretty nice dip going on that bottom shade. So I want to rotate this into my basket and hopefully get some really good use out of it over the next couple weeks. Maybe even hit a pan. I really enjoy this one, and honestly, it hasn't gotten the love that it deserved. So I'm going to be rotating this little baddie in. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, this is what my current makeup basket looks like, plus my little setting spray. And that's where we're going to leave it today, you guys. If you want to see a lot of these products in action, me testing them out, I really encourage you to go follow me over on Instagram. I'm very active in my stories and on my grid. And you can see like the looks that I'm creating with these baskets that I have over here. And you can watch my thoughts as I go through and use them. My plan for my next basket is to rotate in some more single shadows. That's kind of like my goal for the year, to use more of those. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, that's all that I have for today's video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!